And it is now time for our main event as AEW International Champion Don Callis family Konosuke Takeshta goes face to face with Kenny Omega. And here comes the AEW International Champion Konosuke Takeshta from Osaka, Japan. Weighs in at 251 pounds and stands in at 6 feet 2 inches. Recently lost back on Sunday at AEW Revolution in a tag team match alongside with fellow Don Callis stable member Carl Fletcher, facing off Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, his opponent that's going to be facing him here tonight. It is common knowledge that Kenny Omega and Konosuke Takeshta will be facing each other off at AEW Dynasty, but we're uncertain on whether or not it's going to be for the AEW International Championship. If Kenny Omega wins this match tonight, he gets that title shot. AEW Dynasty will be taking place on Sunday, April the 6th. And it will be in Los Angeles, California. I'm looking forward to this bout. It gives us a taste of what might happen on April 4th. And here comes one of the greatest superstars to ever be a part of AEW. The Executive Vice President of All Elite Wrestling. Here comes Kenny Omega. From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He weighs in at 224 pounds and stands in at 6 feet. Let's go. Kenny Omega, as we all know, has had tons of accolades, all the way from AEW to New Japan Pro Wrestling. But there's one championship that's eluded him that he wants to claim, and that is the AEW International Championship. And nothing would please Kenny Omega more is to win that championship belt away from Konosuke Takeshta. Kenny Omega is really hoping to put more nails into the coffin to seal it shut with his rivalry against Don Callis and his family. Kenny Omega has always stated that Don Callis will never do his own dirty work. I mean, he was the manager for Kenny Omega for a little while before he turned his back on him. But he did lead Kenny Omega not only to the AEW World Championship, but to the Impact World Championship as well, and many other accolades during the same time. He was the belt collector at one point. What a European uppercut there by Kenny Omega to Konosuke Takeshta. And what about this past Wednesday when he managed to lead Carl Fletcher to the TNT Championship? Don Callis has been doing incredibly well with his members of his Don Callis family, because now he's also got the Murder Machines, a tag team championship match at Dynasty against the Hurt Syndicate. Now look at this. Oh, he drags Kenny Omega away from the corner. And for a stomp there, Kenny Omega now. Oh, beautiful. That was a flying famouser into a clothesline. And now look at this. Release German suplex. Down goes Konosuke Takeshta. Tied by Takeshta now. And he whips Kenny Omega chest first into that exposed steel in the turnbuckle. Here's the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Kenny Omega. Konosuke Takeshta, an incredible talent here in AEW. Oh, he slams Kenny Omega again into that turnbuckle. Just caught inflicting more damage to Kenny Omega. Springboard forearm smash, but he missed it. Kenny Omega comes back with a stomp to the back of the head. And now back to the elbow now. Springboard moonsault, missed it. Konosuke Takeshita moved out of the way. The referee now has only just spotted the exposed turnbuckle pad, and now she's putting it back. Look out here, going for a suplex. No, Kenny Omega breaks out of it. Waistlock, followed by a reversal there by Konosuke Takeshita. Waistlock of his own. Look at this, go for a power slam. No, Kenny Omega reverses it. Inverted DDT, and down goes Konosuke Takeshita. No, he's back up, and there's a clothesline by Kenny Omega, and down goes Takeshita. Springboard drop kick, down goes Takeshita. Here's the cover by Kenny Omega. 1, 2, and a kick out there by Takeshita. Takeshita now rolls out of the ring. Don Callis, oh, there goes Don Callis as Kenny Omega drives Don Callis off the ring apron, and there goes Kenny Omega with a somersault plancha, landing on Konosuke Takeshita on the outside. Throws Takeshita into the steel steps. Kenny Omega determined to get this victory tonight. Oh, he went for a clothesline to Don Callis, and a hurricanrana to Don Callis. Takeshita, Kenny Omega back in the ring now. Ducks under, leapfrog. Oh, big boot there by Takeshita. Directly in the face of Kenny Omega. Only a 2 count there. And now Takeshita now stomping away on Kenny Omega. Oh, kick to the lower back of Kenny Omega. Oh, kick to the gut there, and then to the back of the head. Don Callis just threw in a kendo stick. The referee managed to see it and brought it back out. And now double axe handle. No, Kenny Omega moved out of the way, went for a super kick. No, Takeshita stopped him. And now ducks under, leapfrog. And oh, another boot, and down goes Kenny Omega yet again. And now, oh, went for that super kick, but he moved out of the way. Takeshita now in control. Suplex, down goes Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega now trying to get back to his feet. Takeshita, oh, went for an elbow, but no. Oh, beautiful maneuver there by Kenny Omega. Stopped Takeshita in his tracks and gave him a hurricanrana. And now here we go. Both men planning to exchange blows in the corner of the ring. Kenny Omega firing back. Maybe Takeshita is a little bit lacking in confidence after his loss to Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay back on Sunday. Oh, knee drop to the head of Takeshita, and Takeshita now is bleeding. Throwing those punches, Takeshita in trouble. And now Kenny Omega throws Takeshita to the outside. And Kenny Omega now drop kick through the ropes, landing directly in the face of Takeshita. Kenny Omega now a Sai moonsault, but he missed it. Takeshita was nowhere near where Kenny Omega was planning to land. And that's the thing with this fast-paced action. There is a high chance that you could make a mistake. A grave mistake. Kenny Omega now back in the ring as Takeshita is getting counted out. No, Kenny Omega breaks the count. Oh, there we go now. Takeshita drives Kenny Omega's face into his knee. And now he throws Kenny Omega back into the ring. Takeshita now. Look out here. Oh, Blue Thunder Bomb. Here's the cover by Takeshita. 1. Oh, just a 1 count there as Kenny Omega kicks out just before the 2 counts. And now Takeshita now waiting for Kenny Omega to get to his feet. Oh, went for a boot there. But Kenny Omega dodged that one. Hurricanrana, down goes Konosuke Takeshita. And now Kenny Omega, tie up. slams Takeshka's head face first into the top turnbuckle. And now, snap mare. Oh, and a drop kick to the spine there. And now Takeshka is in trouble. But now Don Callis is getting into the face of Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is getting distracted by his former manager. And he needs to stay focused or else he's not going to win this match. Takeshka being set up on the top rope now. Kenny Omega now. He has him in a full Nelson. Oh, beautiful. Dragon suplex off of the top rope. Landing in the center of the ring. Elbow there by Kenny Omega. And now Kenny Omega. Chop to Takeshka. But Takeshka now firing back. Backbreaker. And just like that, the momentum is shifting in this match. Takeshka now taking control. Oh, what a forearm smash to the face of Kenny Omega. What force that was. Kenny Omega in trouble now as Konosuke Takeshka. Look at this. Release German suplex. And Kenny Omega is flown across the ring once more. Takeshka now dragging his opponent. And now Takeshka. Oh, boot to the face. Down goes Kenny Omega. Takeshka now trying to regain the momentum. Oh, went for a big boot, but no, Kenny Omega pulled the top rope and Konosuke Takeshka go. Oh, beautiful corkscrew splash there by Kenny Omega over the top rope and onto the floor where Takeshka lay. And now Kenny Omega. Look at this. He hooks up the arms. Pile driver. And Kenny Omega used the Tiger Driver on the outside to incapacitate Konosuke Takeshka. And now Kenny Omega rolls him back to the ring. Kenny Omega going to the top rope. Elbow drop to the back of Konosuke Takeshka. And Kenny Omega with a somersault plancha onto Don Callis. And Kenny Omega now is stomping away on Don Callis. Oh, knee drop there to Callis. He's lost all focus on Konosuke Takeshka and started beating down his former manager and nemesis. And now look out here. He's set him up. No, Konosuke Takeshka is breaking out of it. Tie up. Irish whip into the ropes, big boot. No, Kenny Omega reverses it. Oh, what a punch to the gut there. And now he sets him up. Oh, beautiful move. And Kenny Omega hits the AO Shodo. And here's the cover too. Oh, and a kick out by Konosuke Takeshka. Takeshka dragging himself to the corner. Kenny Omega is signaling for the end. This could be it. Kenny Omega now, but Takeshka whips him into the ropes. Oh, went for a high knee there, but no, look at this. Takeshka now, look out here. Oh no, Kenny Omega gets out of it, and here we go. He's got him up, and Kenny Omega hits the one-winged angel. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Kenny Omega wins the match. Konosuke Takeshka really needs to go back and start thinking on what's going to happen on April 4th as he will now be defending his AEW International Championship to Kenny Omega at AEW Dynasty. And if he keeps that performance up, we will see a new champion.